On the rolling hills of Devonshire, where the meadows bloom and the robins sing, there lived a nobleman known as Lord Christopher Wren. One spring, his dear friend from the continent sent him a gift: 3 exquisite porcelain flower pots, hand-painted and rimmed with gold. So delicate and lovely were they that Lord Wren placed them in the sunroom of his manor and appointed a young stable lad, Thomas, to tend to them with utmost care. Thomas, though humble, was diligent. He dusted the pots each morning and watered the blooms with rainwater drawn from the well. But one blustery afternoon, as a field mouse scurried across the windowsill, it startled the lad. In the flurry, one of the prized pots toppled and shattered upon the stone floor. When Lord Wren heard of the mishap, his temper flared like a summer storm. In a fit of fury, he declared that Thomas must be dismissed and punished severely, perhaps even sent to the gallows in the village square. Now, in that same village, lived a clever old apothecary named Tobias Rammel, known for his wit and wisdom. When Tobias heard of Thomas's plight, he paid the lad a quiet visit in the manor's cellar, where he was being held. There, Tobias whispered a plan. The next morning, as the townsfolk gathered and the executioner prepared his rope, Thomas was asked his final wish. With trembling voice, he requested to see the remaining 2 flower pots one last time. Curious, Lord Wren obliged. As the pots were brought forth, Thomas took a deep breath, lifted them both, and dashed them to the ground. Gasps echoed through the courtyard. Lord Wren's face turned crimson. "Why would you destroy what I held most dear?" he thundered. Thomas bowed his head and said softly, "My lord, these pots, though beautiful, were always destined to break. But before I met my end, I wished to save 2 innocent souls who might one day suffer as I have, for the sake of fragile clay." A hush fell over the crowd. Lord Wren, struck by the lad's courage and the wisdom of his words, felt his anger melt away. With a wave of his hand, he called off the execution and declared Thomas a free man. From that day on, Tobias Rammel's name was spoken with reverence, and Thomas was given a place of honor in the manor, not as a servant, but as a steward of the gardens, where he tended blooms that needed no porcelain throne to be beautiful.